What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am the world's worst web developer. If you're new here, my name is James, and I like to talk about web development. Today is episode 2, we'll call it, of me rebuilding a very old website that I've been neglecting. It was my first, agency business website. I called myself Cedar Rapids Web Design back in the day because I live in Cedar Rapids. And it was a great domain. I mean, I paid more than the standard $12 for that domain. I think I had to pay like $500 or something. And it's worked pretty well over the years. It ranks well in Cedar Rapids, of course. Nobody searching for a website in, St. Louis is going to see my website pop up in the results. But for local stuff, it ranks pretty well. And so I've kept it, even though I changed my business name. I'm now Apex Branding and Design. I've kept this website because it still gets leads. So I don't want to, I don't want to get rid of it, but I've neglected it entirely. And so I'm rebuilding it. I'm not really redesigning it yet. That may come. I am making some design tweaks. For example, I built this a long time ago and it scrolls sideways because I thought that was cool back then. I ain't going to be doing that anymore. It's going to scroll vertically like a normal website. And I might make little tweaks to the design here and there, but for the most part, I'm just going to keep it the same. Kind of a, if it's not broke, don't fix it type scenario. If local people, for whatever reason, like this website and it causes them to call me, then great. But I have made a few little tweaks here and there. So we did some work for me yesterday. For you, I don't know when I'm going to release this video, but in the first video, I did a decent amount of work. We got the header done in 4 sections. There's 3 sections left, I think. And then I think I'm going to do a separate video adding fullpage.js, which is a JavaScript library that kind of turns your website into sort of like a slideshow, which is what I was using before for the horizontal scrolling, but you can use it for vertical scrolling too. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. So here's the old website. So you notice how it's scrolling horizontally. Also, all I have to do is just barely touch the scroll wheel, and then it automatically just scrolls to the next section. That's what I want, but vertically. So the current rebuild, it's not doing that. It's just a regular scrolly website, right? Scroll up, scroll down. It's not doing the fancy snap to the next section. So that's what fullpage.js will allow me to do. I'm also considering trying to do it without fullpage.js. Maybe just see if AI can come up with some JavaScript so I don't have to import an entire, because it's a pretty big JavaScript library. And maybe I don't need it. Maybe I can just have AI whip up a little bit of JavaScript for me to get that effect. Because the fullpage.js does a lot of stuff. It's got this navigation here. It's got these navigation dots at the bottom. It's got, I don't even know what these do. This just, I guess, takes me all the way to the last slide. So it's kind of doing a lot that I don't need. All I want is that fancy kind of snap to the next section. Maybe I can just do that without full page. We'll see. That'll be a separate video though. I'll figure that out. Today we're going to start with this section. This section is ugly. I don't like it. It's also completely broken on mobile for some reason. It's just not changing at all. Like I said, the site has been neglected. I haven't updated the site in literally years. Okay. So I don't know what I want to do with this section. I might maybe combine development and design into one thing and just have 3 columns instead of 4. And then just go down to 1 column at some particular width. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe I'll just get rid of design. Maybe design is just implied. Or maybe I get rid of e-commerce. No, I think I'll keep that. I think I'm just going to drop design. Go down to 3 columns. What are these, SVGs? No, these are what? Uh, oh, it is an SVG. Never mind. It's an SVG. Oh, but it's a font awesome. So how does this work? Can I just, because I built this, if you didn't watch the first episode, we'll call it, I built this using Themify, which is a page builder. It's like Elementor Divi type thing. So I likely just clicked a button to add this. Yeah, icon. Yeah. So this is just using Font Awesome, and I just chose this one. So I happen to have a Font Awesome account. Let's see if we can find, what was it called? Code. Can you just download like an SVG? Yes, you can. All right. But we want, should I change the color here? Color custom. Hello? Oh, that's, how do I make this? Oh, pick your own color. Derp. There we go. White. Okay. So we download this bad boy. And then where are we at? What else we got? This one is file image. Oh. File image. Oh. No. Let's see. Which one are we using on this page? You know what? Maybe if we do this, file-jpeg, and we come up here and we say file-image-o. Will this show me the exact one we're using? File image O. Oh, that must just be, so it's just file image. I don't know what the O part is on there. Here we go. I guess this is the one that we're using, and then maybe where we're using a variation over here. See, that's just not exactly what it looks like though, right? Like it's just an empty SVG in the middle, or it's like a file, but there's nothing inside of it. There isn't all this stuff. FA file image. See, okay, here's what I think is happening. I'm guessing this is not using a CDN, that this version of Themify includes a version of Font Awesome, and it's an old version of Font Awesome that used to have this icon, and now the new Font Awesome doesn't have that icon anymore. So that's my theory. So I guess I just have to pick a new icon. Let's go back. See, this would be nice if it didn't have the JPEG part on it. Let's go back and search, see what we get. File. For file. Yeah, here we go. This is basically the same thing, right? Yeah, very similar. Very similar. All right, let's download this. Let's make it white. Okay, what's our next one? A shopping cart. I should try to get some consistency here. This code is very thick and sharp. This is not as thick and rounded corners. This is solid instead of an outline. Let's see if we can find a shopping cart that's just an outline instead of solid like that. Preferably without a little plus icon or whatever. Oh boy. Here we go. This one or this one? What do you think, chat? I gotta start doing more lives. I like having people tell me what to do. So I could also modify. You know what? I'm just gonna go with this one. I like this one. No, I do have a pro plan. Homie, can't you just automatically log me in? Where was I? Yay. And our last icon is whatever this is. Some kind of server. What do we got? Server. Hopefully they still have, I'm sure they do. An icon for that. Yeah, here we go. Server. Let's go with an outline one to try to keep the same style. You can flip it. Oh, nice. White. All right. All right. Let's upload those bad boys. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? I did say we were going to go. You know what's funny? It's how much time I spent looking for this icon after I already decided I was going to drop this column anyways. This is why I'm the world's worst web developer, not the world's best web developer. Get out of my library. Did it get? It did not get. Say get. Error in deleting attachment. Okay. Let's refresh. Okay, it is gone. Cool. Okay, so let's add a new section. What's this section called? Services. Oh, we had a background image this time instead of a video. Have I downloaded this yet? Don't. Might have, because I used that plugin that I have. I wonder why that debugger keeps showing up. It did that twice in the last video. That window that just popped up that I closed, I didn't do push or click anything. It just keeps popping up. Okay, so I did not import that image for some reason. There's a cool Chrome extension. Watch this. Click on this. And there's the image I want. Download it. That's pretty neat. I do wonder why my plugin didn't pull that image in though. Is it a background image? That might be why. Yeah, it's a background image, so I don't think my plugin can see that. I wonder if I can modify the plugin to look at the CSS for background images and pull those in too. That'd be neat. Let's see. How big is this file that I just downloaded? That's a question. Here's the poor man's Photoshop. Open from computer. Image size. It does need to be kind of big because it's full width. Okay. So if we save this, what are we looking at? 70% reduction. 56 kilobytes versus 99 kilobytes. Whatever. Save every little bit you can, right? Let's call this services. Do we just throw in a background image? Background image URL. Blah. Blah, blah. Let's go upload our image. Copy. Paste. Hi-yo. Okay. Tempted to just do yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm tired of typing this on every section. Every section is gonna look like this on this website, so okay. Yeah, that's good. All right. And then we need ourselves a grid. Services container. Let's try to use our buttons over here. Display grid. Grid columns. Repeat 3. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll put a div in there. And the div is going to have an image, a heading, and some text. So we'll say image, heading, and text. Should the image be an SVG? I haven't fully grasped the point. Let's say we drop an SVG in here instead of an image. And then we pick our SVG from our library, and there it is. I mean, I don't really understand how this is different or better than just adding a regular image. But you figure they have an SVG element because they don't like adding stuff down here. If you haven't noticed, there's not a lot of stuff down here. There's no figure. You have to manually do that. There's no button. You have to manually do that. There's a lot of elements they could put down here, but they're very, very selective about which ones they add. So I figure if they chose to add an SVG element down here, there must be a reason. So I'm going to use it. Yeah. This text needs to be white. Let's call this, I don't think I'm going to make this a component. It's not worth it. Not on this website. Not on my stupid website. I only care about other people's websites. What are we going to call this? Services. Should it be underscore heading? Color white. Kevin stopped calling this lead and started calling it description. I might start doing that too. I don't know what lead is. I just used it because he used it, and it's only 4 letters and it's easy to type, but description is more, I don't know. It's something that we actually know what it is. Services description. Color white. Yeah. All right. This, I don't think we want this to be an H2. I mean, I know for certain we don't want it to be an H2. I need to put a heading in here. Could I just use, yeah, I'm just going to use my component. I'm going to put it as a sibling to this container. Drag this up here. And what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, why is my stuff way up there? Get down here where you belong. I don't remember changing that. I did just update Etch. They pushed out a new update this morning. I wonder if that moved my stuff around. Services. And what's this little bit? What we can do for you. This is top tier content writing, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky you. You get to see this amazing work in action. All right, what is going on? Okay, so we will. How do I want to do this? Do I want to add another? Let's see. You know what? For you guys, I'm going to do it. I wouldn't normally put this much effort into this website, but I'm doing it for the content. I'm going to add more props to this component because why not? In case you're wondering, the internal dialogue that's going on in my head that I should probably be verbalizing for the video is that sometimes this text is black, sometimes it's white. What did I do? I think I just added some nesting CSS to make this a different color. Let's see. What did I do? How did I do this? Wait. How did I make all this text white? Is that just a default? Did I put that in my style manager or something? No. No. What did I do? Is it in my section? Yep. I added it here, did a little CSS nesting to make all the text white. And then I just didn't add that on this one to make it black. Guess what? Getting rid of that nonsense. We're going to do this as properly as we can, being the world's worst web developer. The point is we're learning, okay? So let's fix this. Let's edit this component. And what we're going to do, what's the best way to do this? I think we have to do, data attribute. I think I'm going to go the lazy route, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't think there's ever a chance where I'm going to want the heading to be one color and this text to be a different color, right? I think the heading text and buttons are all always going to be either white or black, depending on what the background is. So I am going to do a similar thing here where I did just everything inside of this container. I did color white. But instead, what I'm going to do is we're going to add a data attribute to this here container, and it's going to be data text color equals. Do I put it in quotes? I think I do. Props dot text color, we'll call it. Do I just want to do a select and just choose either white or black? Or do I want to be able to just type in whatever I want? For this website, I'm going to do a select. And I call this text color. My options are, you know what? I'm not gonna get fancy with this. White or black. Those are my options. So then I come over here and how do I do this? I say ampersand, which brings in this section container. And then I think I do square bracket, data, text, color equals white. Everything is white. And then I copy this and I say if it's black, then the color is black. And you know what? Let's be a little bit like we know what we're doing. Okay, save, exit. Let's test this. Excuse me. Let's test this out. Black. Yes. That's not the one we want to be black, though. We want this one. This one? Yes. Look at that, you guys. See, isn't that better? Isn't that just a better way to do it? I think so. All right, services, what we can do for you. We can put gigantic SVGs on your website. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. I kind of want to... Oh, you know what? I need to fix my background image here. Let's see, background image. How do we do this? Background, repeat, no repeat, and background size, cover, I think. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. All right, let's call this a service. Service figure. Service icon. Am I being redundant? Do I need to type all this? These already got classes. The figure. Let's give this a class of service figure. Dot service. Container's already got a class. Okay. Let's duplicate this. Service figure. Max width 100 pixels. Display flex column. It probably already was flex column, but now that we put that in the CSS, we can do this. What just happened? Okay. That was weird. This one is, I think, nope. The next one was e-commerce. This one was the server. What do we got? Web development, e-commerce, professional hosting. I think I want to up the opacity of this overlay. These used to link to something. That's why the sentences are cut off. And I don't know why. At some point, I deleted that page. I don't know why. I just discovered yesterday when my friend was looking at this website, there used to be read more links here. And she's like, hey, by the way, when I click on this link, I get a 404 message. And I was like, you know, the quickest way to fix a 404 link? Remove the link. So I did. But now these sentences are all like cut off. Websites need to look good, ... Whatever. Whatever. I will fix some of this stuff eventually. Eventually. Design. Websites need to look good. True, but that's a dumb sentence, so. Oop, we're not doing that one, dummy. Dummy. This was back before AI too, so I had to come up with my own crap content. This is why content writers exist. So I don't have to do it. All right, what's this look like? Looks like butt. Okay, so we centered everything, left align the text. I actually like that, but it kind of doesn't look great. Does it just need more? So this is an H3, but what if I give it the class of H4? Just to bring it down a little bit in size. And then I need to give the service some gappity gap. That's this button right there. Oh, that already looks better. Okay. And then let's go. Where did I put that? Did I? Where, man, I need to. Oh, I just added it to each. So this doesn't even have an overlay. That's my problem. I wanted to up the opacity of the overlay, but it didn't have an overlay. Hey. All right. And then I need to give this a Z index of 2, I believe. All right. Text is a little bit more readable now. And on this particular one, I think I am going to still increase the opacity. You guys say opacity or opacity? Because I say opaque, but then I say opacity. I don't know why. I feel like if it's opaque, it should be opacity, right? I don't know. This probably looks like butt. Yep. So I don't think there's an auto grid option in the mini GUI. So like what I would have normally done is let me actually delete this and say question mark auto grid, or would I just do, yeah, auto grid, and then column count, I change it to 3, and it should look the same, but then now it should, yeah, which, do I want it to do that? Or do I want it to just kind of squish and then go to one column at some point? Also, do I care? Because I should care. I should care. This is my business, kind of. My business name is still technically Cedar Rapids Web Design. I didn't change the LLC. I just added a DBA, or a fictitious name, they call it. So I could open a bank account and accept checks to Apex Branding and Design. But my LLC's name is still Cedar Rapids Web Design. That just seemed easier. It was like, $5 or something to create a fictitious name, as opposed to another $50 and going through the process of starting an LLC. So this is technically my business. I should not hate on it so much. Should show it a little bit of love. Next section, portfolio. There are problems with this portfolio, aside from the fact that it looks like butt. A lot of these websites don't exist anymore. I kind of went over it in the last video. This website does exist, and I am hosting and managing it, but I did not design it. It does not look like this anymore. I designed this website a long, long time ago. And then she left me and went to somebody else. They redesigned, rebuilt the whole website, and they were hosting it. And then years later, she came back to me and said, I'm not crazy about the people hosting my website. They weren't bad people. She just wasn't crazy about the services. And she asked if I would host her website. And I was like, yeah, of course. So I'm hosting it again, but it doesn't look like this anymore. It still looks like the other company's design. In fact, you can go look at it. So this is what it looks like now. And I'm hosting this, and I rebuilt it in Etch, but I didn't change the design. This looks exactly like their design. I think they built it in Divi. It was either Divi or Elementor. I'm pretty sure this was Divi. So, like, do I add it to my portfolio? You know, like, since I did build it. So I think I will probably keep it, but I will need to update the screenshot because it doesn't look like this anymore. I'm getting weird notification. Oh, it's LinkedIn. Somebody's messaging me on LinkedIn. AmeriClean, that's another weird one because when I go to AmeriClean, it looks different. So they clearly rebuilt it. But for some reason, if I click on home, I go to /home, and this is the website that I built, minus this. I didn't add this weird black text. So I don't know what they're doing with this website. Looks like they're in the process of maybe rebuilding it. Then maybe they found someone else to rebuild it. I've never hosted it. I built it, and then they've been hosting it themselves. But it's looked like this for years and years and years, minus this. And now if you go to AmeriClean, you get this, which I didn't do. So I think they're in the process of rebuilding. So I'm probably going to not include them in my portfolio anymore. A lot of these websites don't exist anymore. So, but yeah, what do I want to do? I mentioned in the last video, I think I'm going to go with a 3-column layout instead of a 2-column layout. And otherwise, I think I'm going to keep it simple. I think it's going to be pretty much the same screenshot with a link, you know? I just need to update the actual content. So let's do a section. Let's call it portfolio. Let's add our container prop. Not prop. What is this? Component. Portfolio. No buttons. And let's make the text black. Not sure why the background is black. Why does it look like I have stuff in here already? Oh, that's the shoot, do I need to add more props in there? This is probably rendering empty divs on the front end. Yeah, it's rendering an empty paragraph text and an empty div. So I could add more props to make it so those only show up if I choose to make them show up. Wonder, it'd be nice if you could just wrap it in an if condition and it just says if it's not empty. So I wouldn't have to add another prop, you know what I mean? So like if props.lead is empty, it just wouldn't render. That would be nice. I don't think that's possible. I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right, this container needs to be a grid again. We'll do grid 3 this time. Services container. No, not services container. Portfolio container. Oh. Yeah, let's just do auto grid again. Auto grid, 3 columns. Let's do a div, and inside the div will just be an image and a link. And all right, I imported a couple of those. This website still exists. Okay. I think that's going to look better than the 2 columns. Yeah. Yeah. It already kind of looks good. I don't know why. I don't know why there's rounded corners. Is that just a default of? Yeah, automatic CSS is automatically adding a border radius to images. I'll allow it. I'm not using the card framework. I don't think it's necessary to use a card framework, probably, since it's literally just an image and then text. We could see what happens if I just enable the card framework. Probably just going to add a little bit of padding and some gap. It might be worth it. Cards, framework. How do I add? They changed this. Card options, card selectors. That seems new. I don't remember them adding a background color with the card framework. The background is card background. Yeah. I don't know if I want all that padding either. Uh, uh, yeah, I think that's probably what I want. I don't think I want that border there. Yeah, see, I don't think it was probably even worth it. I'm gonna take the card framework out. And I'm just going to, really all I need to do is just add a little bit of gap. right? Which I can't do because it needs to be flex. So let's do flex column. There we go. With a little bit of gap. Is card gap a thing? Yeah. Card gap is not a thing. Probably is only a thing if you enable the card framework, but it's defaulting to 1 rem because card gap isn't a thing. Let's turn the framework back on, but not add the class. See if that, does that give me a card gap? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so there are advantages to having the card framework on because it basically gives you variables that you can play with. Do I want to center this text? I think I'm leaning towards yes. Yeah, I could also make it like a full width button too. You know what I mean? Like style it a little bit. It doesn't have a class yet. All right, let's do some dot portfolio figure dot portfolio image. I'm terrible at BEM. I still don't fully understand it. Portfolio dat link. That's odd. Okay. So the link, what if we do background color black, color white? Is that too much? I don't know. It's something. Um, is it site? This should be a custom post type. Yeah, it should be a custom post type. Fine, let's make it a custom post type. I think I can do all that in Etch too, because I only need one custom field, and it's just a text field for the link. Yeah, and I think I can do all that in Etch. Let's try it. Go to content, custom post type. We're going to call this portfolios. Portfolio. Did I spell that right? Okay. Create post type, and then I create a field group. The group label is going to be portfolio fields. Is in post type portfolio. Not like the slug is portfolios. Save. Portfolio fields. Link URL. Required, no, type just a text, create custom field, link URL. So then I think I come here and I can create a new portfolio, Chromebook guide, create. Now the only thing is I don't think I can edit the custom fields in Etch. So I was able to do all that in Etch, but I think I have to go back to WordPress land to modify this HTTPS Chromebook.guide. And then while I'm here, we'll set the featured image to be that. Save. So now that we have that though, let's go back to Etch. Let's go back to, yep, right here. We're going to delete. We're going to right click and wrap in loop. We're going to create a loop. I think we'll just steal this post type equals $ post type. Yeah. How do I do the, is it question mark, post? Ooh, did I do that right? What if I do folios? Hey. All right. So we're going to use, does it just call it meta? Is it just under meta? Yeah. We're going to do meta link URL. We're going to use that. We're going to use the featured image. Nice. Okay. So let's actually just get rid of that. And save. So we're using posts in our loop, but right here we're going to say $ post type portfolios. Hey, look at that. Look at that. The image is going to be what's our loop? Item. Yeah. Can be item dot featured image. Do I need to do that? Yep, I do. And then the text can say visit site, but the link is going to be item.meta.link URL. Save. And let's go take a look. The image is working and the URL is also working. I think I want to change this link to be target of blank. Otherwise, yeah, that's looking good. So now we can go back. Let's add another portfolio. Instead of shirts, featured image. It's at shirts.com. Let's grab a screenshot of this and make this our new in prep screenshot. I'll export as WebP. 96 kilobytes. It's all right. Look at that. I should probably set some sort of like dimensions here so that everything lines up every time and isn't dependent on the size of the screenshot that I uploaded. But it's working. Bada bing, bada boom. So easy a client could update this, right? You could easily teach a client how to come in here, go to portfolio, add post, say all I got to do is name it, add the URL to the website, update, upload an image, and they're done. Easy peasy. Even Bev could do this. I think for now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call this section done. Of course, later I'll need to go in and add more portfolio options, but I'm going to call this section done. He lied. Let's real quick. So what do we got in here? Yeah, we got figure and a link. The figure. Display none. Okay. Let's do height of 200 pixels. And then we need to do overflow hidden. And then I think the image we probably need to do object fit cover. Right? That look okay? Okay. I'm having some issues on mobile with my sections, but because the section is 100 viewport height, but then sometimes the content wants to be more than that. So I think I'll need to figure that out. I'm wondering if it's as easy as just saying min height, 100 viewport height. So it could be taller than that if it wants to. Otherwise those look good. So let's do that quick. Get these cards looking the way I wanted. What did I do? I did on the figure. I thought I gave this figure a class. I'm like almost certain that I did. Height 200 pixels, overflow hidden, border radius, and then image. Yeah, that working? For some reason, it doesn't seem like. Oh, am I an idiot? Yes, I am. Image. I wondered why nothing was moving around while I did that. Okay, now this should always be nice, even height. Let's see here. I did in the style sheet height. Let's try min height. See if this changes anything about how this looks on mobile. Yeah, I think that pretty much fixed my issue. So now it'll be at least 100 viewport height, but if it needs to be taller than that for the content, then it can be. And then that shouldn't affect desktop at all. Okay. Last section, I think. Nope, there's two sections. There's this little team section, which I'm going to be adding a third person to this, and probably make these a custom post type as well. I might need to use advanced custom fields for that. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to add these things. What even are these? I haven't built this so long ago. What is this? Team style grid 2. Okay, so this whole thing is being dropped in by some plugin. Team. Is it a themify thing though? Teams. So I have a post type of teams. Okay. But what is creating that short code? All right, I'm guessing it's themify doing it because I don't see any plugins and I don't have any code snippets. Builder WooCommerce wouldn't do it. Is it this builder mosaic? Let's deactivate that, see what happens. See what breaks. So far, nothing. Am I even using that plugin? Okay. Formidable, blah, 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 blah. Where's all my themify stuff? We got the Builder Pro. We got teams, testimonials. Where's all this coming from? It must be. Huh. That's odd. That's a lot of Formidable Forms plugins, by the way. I don't think I'm using any of them. I'm not using HubSpot. Maybe I'm using MailChimp. I don't even know. Stripe. Not using that anymore. Okay. So it's possible. Did I add some custom crap to my? Which theme am I using? Am I using this child theme? I am not using the child theme. Okay. I'm using just the regular full pane, which tells me that I'm probably not adding anything to the functions.php file because that would just get deleted when I update the theme. Therefore, this custom post types that I have here must have been added via Themify. Portfolios. But the thing is, I don't have an option anywhere here to create a new post type. So where did they come from? Customize license. Weird. I have no idea where these custom post types are coming from. I don't appear to have a plugin installed. I'm not using a custom functions PHP file. I don't have a snippets plugin installed. I have no idea how I did this. Unless these are part Maybe these are just part of the Themify theme. Would they have given me team, testimonial, portfolio? It might have. This might all just be part of the theme. Interesting. Why do I even care? Why was I looking into all that? Oh, I was trying to figure out, that's right. I was trying to figure out where those skills things were coming from. So if I go to teams, edit me, skill set progress bar. Okay, but where's that shortcode coming from? Is that a Themify thing? Progress bar. I wonder, you can do custom code in Themify somewhere. Maybe I'm doing that. Themify, theme settings. Where is it? Portfolio. So, okay, so portfolio, that is built into this theme for sure. Header code. Aha, there's some code in the header. That's for Hotjar. What about my footer? Anything in the footer? Nope, there's nothing in the footer. So what I'm not using any hooks. Team layouts. Huh. I have no idea, y'all. I have no idea how to recreate this. It's being added via a shortcode, but I don't know what is creating that shortcode. Is it Themify? And what are these? Social links? Huh. If I update this theme, will it break everything? I wouldn't be dumb enough to be using a custom functions PHP file. Wild, you guys. I don't know where this is coming from. I think I have to move on with my life. The last thing is there custom code? Am I adding custom code in here somewhere? There's CSS, team style grid. Weird. Weird. All right, so I'm not going to be able to easily recreate that. So I think I'm just going to ignore the skills section and I'm just going to have the rest. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I need the custom post type. The custom post type will have, let's see, featured image, title. This could be the excerpt. This would be the content. So I would just need a custom field for the social links. Could do a repeater field. Is repeater fields, is that a pro feature? I actually have I just remembered a CPT. I believe I bought a lifetime license of this. So I need to start using it. I got to get out of the habit of using advanced custom post types. let me make sure. Let me bring this off camera before I start showing people my license key. Let's see. If I go to downloads, yep, there's my license key. Lifetime and unlimited. Okay, cool. I'm assuming that this plugin has a repeater field. Plugins, add plugin. Add my license real quick, like. Activate your license now. Yes, please. Okay. All right. Now, how do I use this? I've used this plugin once. I remember thinking I wasn't super crazy about the flow, and that's probably just because I'm used to advanced custom fields, and I just need to get used to this. So let's see here. Register new post type. Nope, no, I do need to register new post type. So this is going to be confusing for future James because I created one custom post type using Etch, and I'm going to create this one using ACPT. That's the life of a person using a beta program. Eventually, all these features will be in Etch, so I could do all of this in Etch. But right now, the custom fields features of Etch are very basic, and so sometimes you just got to use a plugin. Post name. I mean, I could create the custom post in Etch, and then I should be able to add fields. Let me see. Let me go to register custom post types attachment. Okay, so it's not recognizing the post type that I created in Etch. So that's too bad. So if I want to use this plugin, I will have to register the post type here. So, okay. What are we doing? Team. The team members, right? Post name, team members. Etch made portfolio slug plural. I don't know if I like that, but I think it probably makes sense. Singular label, team member, plural label, team members. Is there like a little people, little businessman, cute little businessman? Sure, let's do that. Let's see. What do we need? Title, We do need custom fields. We're going to use an excerpt, a thumbnail. We do need the editor. We do need title. All right. Next step, labels. I think that's fine. Next step. Probably all this is fine as well. Save. All right. Field groups. Create new meta group. I think this is the part that confuses me. So we're calling this team member fields. This is the field group, right? Display standard, I don't know what any of this stuff means. Location, post type is equal to team members. And then we have to create meta boxes, which I think this is a part I don't like, but it probably would come in handy sometimes if you have a bunch of fields and you want to organize them into different meta boxes. I'm just going to call this team member fields as well. I don't know. The reason this is annoying is because when I use this data, I'm remembering now, when I use this data, it's just more typing because typically it's just like post type slug dot field name slug. But I think when I do this, I have to do like post type slug metabox slug field name slug. It's just more typing. And that's mildly annoying for me, but I'll get over it. Add field. What do we need? We need a repeater field if possible. Field label, field slug, field type. Repeater. Hey. Social links for the field slug. Add a field. This is going to be, probably should make it a URL, right? And we'll call this social link singular. And then we need to choose the icon that we're going to use, which is, what are we doing right now? Probably font awesome still with this. Yeah. So I could build this into the HTML. We can make the class name dynamic, and we could inject class names from custom post type field. In which case the field would just need to be a text field. Social link icon. Font awesome class name. Oy, oy, oy. All right. Save. All right, let's see what we got. Let's add a new team member. James Weebles. What do we got? Repeater, no field saved. Generate the first by clicking add element. Yeah, there's no add element button. You probably mean add social links. Social link. What are we linking to? Let's link to Twitter. HTTPS twitter.com/ no, is it just that? Is that all it is? Who cares? Icon. Okay, we need to open Font Awesome back up. We are going to search for Twitter. We'll use this. Let's see, class right here. Copied. What did you copy exactly? Yeah, I don't need all that, just the class names. Boom. Put that in there. Do I have a picture of myself in here yet? Yeah, that's an old picture. Let's go ahead and just do that. Let's do it all. Let's grab everything here. Put that in there. Let's grab the excerpt. Call that excerpt. I like to not create custom fields if I don't have to. So I like to try to use as much of the default post data as I can. All right. That was a lot of stuff. Let's go fly a kite. No, let's do team. I just want to test this real quick. So in here, let's do, what all do we have? We have a name. Screwed up already. That's going to be heading. We have an excerpt, and then we have content, and we're going to have a link, which is going to be actually a link and then an image. Is this proper? Just dropping this whole thing inside the link? I don't know how else you'd do it. I guess you could put the link. Oh, should the link go inside the figure? I'm going to say yes. and I have no idea why. It's just a feeling. I just feel like it should be inside there. So, I need to steal some code right here. Okay, I don't need the link part. I just need this. So if I copy this, figure the image. So instead of an image, it's not an image, so I shouldn't have added that, but it's going to kind of look like an image. It's actually an SVG. Oh, you know what? If I do this, I have to add font awesome to my project. Which isn't that difficult. There's a WordPress plugin for it. I kind of want to test this whole thing, so I'm going to do it. I want to see if I can make this work. Is it just, do they have it in the repo? Yeah, they do. Okay. That's nice. I might have to put in my font awesome license key and all that. We'll see. Where's it at? Settings, font awesome, use a kit or CDN. Do I want to use my kit? Icons Pro. Pro version 7 is not available via CDN. Huh. Maybe I don't care. Can I do that then? Version 6 is also not available. Huh. It says that it requires a Pro, but how would I tell you that I have Pro? There's no, maybe if I save this, then I can add a license key. No, there's no way to add a license key so that it knows that I have Pro. Interesting. Let's just use my kit. Let's just do it. Let me go find my kit off camera here. My account, team, tokens. How do I do this? It's been a while. Kits, your kit. How do I get the API key? API token. Come on, where's it at? Should I create a new kit, actually? You know what? Yeah, I think add a new kit. We're going to go with Pro. You guys can't see anything I'm doing. I'll show it to you. And hopefully it doesn't flash my font awesome API at some point, and then I have to go cover that. Which ones do I want? What am I using right now? These look, I want to go classic, regular. Oh, I can add everything. Why wouldn't I? Right? Just freaking, I want access to everything, bro. I don't need that. Yeah. Next, choose how you'd like to use them. Download and include icons in your hosted by us. I think I want to do that. What's your project's domain? Ooh, that could be a problem. Will it let me do this local? We'll try it. Add domain. All right. And I will have to add, might as well do it now. So when I go live, it doesn't break and I don't wonder why. Give it a good name, CR Web Design. Let's pick a color. Who cares? All right, I'm going to go off screen now because I'm afraid it's going to show my API key. Okay, there's a script it wants me to add. I don't want to do that. I just want my... Do you see my API key, bro? Give it to me. I have done this before. Oh, tokens. It's an API token. Use these tokens to give access. Okay. Create a new API token. WordPress plugin. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. I don't know why. It doesn't seem... Okay. Here's what's confusing me right now. I already had a token I created a while ago, I guess, called WordPress. I created another one just now. It read kit's data is checked, but none of these other things are checked. On this one, for my other website, it's got these things checked. I don't know, like, is this not going to work for, we're just going to try it, I guess. Copy it. Paste it in here. Select the kit. Okay, I can see the kit. All right. Maybe we're good then. Maybe we're good. I don't know. How will we know? We're just going to have to build it and see what happens. All right. So team, what did we build? We got our figure, here we go. So these classes, actually, I think the background is dark, isn't it? Yeah. Let's grab whatever color this is. Okay. This SVG. So am I correct that if I have the proper class name in here, use href is... Okay, so I might need to do more. This is frustrating. Icons. I feel like if this was working, then I would be seeing the Instagram icon here, right? Maybe it's just old. Actually, yeah, this is not. Let's just do it like this. Seems like that's all we need to do. Or yeah, that works. So then instead of doing this, we should be able to say, well, we got to put this in a loop first, don't we? So let's figure out our classes and stuff. Like Kevin says, you do semantics and then you do something else with an S and then you do something else with an S. We got our team section here. We'll call this team container, team heading. This is the title of the person, like what their job is, which is going to be the excerpt. This is the team member bio, we'll call it. Figure. This is going to be a loop within a loop. That's going to be fun to figure out. So we're going to call this is the link. So social link. And social icon. Yep. I don't know if this even needs to be in a figure, honestly. It's just a little icon. It's a link. There's never going to be a fig caption on it. So let's not deal with it. Make sure this is still working. Yeah. It's not rendering in the builder, but that's okay. That's okay. It's working on the front end. That is what's most important, of course. And I want to test. I really want to test my custom post type stuff. So, need to wrap all this in a div. And we're going to wrap this in a loop. It's going to be posts, but the post type is going to be team members. Did I do that right? Yep. I did it right. Okay. So the reason I know I did it right is because it's showing data. If it wasn't showing data, like if I do this, there's no data. So that means this doesn't exist. It's not a real post type. So, oh, look, there's data. There's James Welbus. There's this excerpt, blah, blah, blah. So this tells me that I'm using the correct post type. Okay, so should we do the easy stuff first? The heading, I'm actually going to change this to name. And I'm going to change this to name. And it's going to be item.title. Yep, James Welbus. This is going to be, this is confusing because this isn't the title, but I called it title. It's the person's job title, which is the excerpt. Yep. And then this needs to be, I believe, an HTML element, which unfortunately they only have that as a clickable element, I think on templates, because we saw it earlier, but it's not here. And so how do we do it? I forget. This looks like a job for, yeah, see, there's a nice button there. In the component editor, that's not the only time I need to use a HTML element, folks. Oh, that's all it is. Etch HTML. Content equals, yeah, this is what I don't know what unsafe means. Oh, I think I remember what that is. All right, so this team member bio is going to be, if I do this, that takes the class away. Item dot content. It does not like that. It gave me an error message. Did you see that? I think this is working though, because there's 3 paragraphs. Yep. Okay. So that's working. This is going to be the tricky part. This needs to be a loop. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go look at our main loop, and we're going to go look for that repeater field that we created. Should be under, let's see. So there's a repeater, team member, field, social links, type. But there's no data underneath that, so that's concerning. Featured image. This could be a problem. Social links. Oh, you know what? I also just remembered there's something you have to do to make this plugin work with Etch. Where is it? What is this plugin that I'm using even called? Automatic Advanced? ACPT.io. Huh. Search for Etch. Stop with the discount, bro. Come on, I've seen it. Seen it. Let's search the Etch community instead. ACPT integration. ACPT does work with Etch. Yes, it does, but you have to do something. There's a thing you have to do. Ah, here it is. I don't know why they didn't show up before. All right. So you have to like basically add a file. Instructions. So, yep. So this file right here, I need to copy, and I need to go put it in here somewhere. So content, plugins, Etch, got to go in Etch classes, traits, dynamic data.php. So if I just delete that and then paste in the one I just copied, okay, now I should be able to just drag this file over right there, drop it in. Okay. Now, hopefully, if I refresh, maybe I'll see more data being available to me. Aha, look at all this data. Look at that. We got data. So now we can build a crazy loop inside a loop. I just have to remember how to do that. Item. So we're going to be looking for item.acpt. First of all, so let's go down here to our social link. Let's wrap this in a loop. And the loop is going to be item.acpt, I believe, because we're inside this loop, item. And so we're going to loop through item.acpt, but there's going to be more to that. It's going to be, we want to loop through the team member field social links, I believe. So then we'll find social link and social link icon. So I think this is what we want our loop to be, and I'm going to call this link. And then I'm going to save this before I get too crazy. So then, what do we have? We have a URL in there, right? So URL. So let's try to use that. Let's make the href item.url, or no, link.url. Save. That did not work. That did not work. Let's see here. Loop item dot. That shouldn't matter, but nope. ACPT, team member field social links. Oh, social link. Holy cow. I think I have to do a lot of drilling down. Do I have to do social link value URL? Link dot. I already forgot. Dude, I have the worst memory. Absolute worst memory. Social dash link value URL. Dot value. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Okay. And then that means we can also grab instead of social link, we'll do social link icon value will be the classes. So class right here. I might keep that, but also add link dot social link icon dot value. I think class equals. Oh no, that out of there. Here we go. Woo! All right, so where's my hard branded? Okay, so the class on the do I need the class on the link? I actually don't think I do. I think I put that in the wrong place. I think it needs to be just here. Okay, there's Twitter, and the link is working. Look at that. Let's really make sure it's working by adding another link thingy. Let's go edit me. We added Twitter, so we'll add LinkedIn and HTTPS linkedin.com/ I don't even know. We're just going to say James Welbus for now. That's probably not going to work. Let's go to Font Awesome and see if we can figure out what the LinkedIn. Do I not have Font Awesome open anywhere? Find a LinkedIn icon we can use. Which one do I want to use? Let's use this one. So we want just this, I believe. Save, refresh. Ooh, we got 2. And the link works. It's not my right profile link, but our loop within a loop is working. All I have to do is style all this stuff, of course. Oh, that feels good. This actually, I think, is a good place to end this video, mostly because I'm starving and it's 1:30 and I haven't had lunch yet. But I feel like we did some good stuff there. That was fun. Next video, we'll finish styling this up. We will add the contact page, and that'll be it. And then I can do the full page JS and button this whole project up. So yeah, I think that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, especially about custom post types, fields, and loops. I feel like this was a nice, good educational video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.